Have you ever been in a moment that's just perfect? And instead of feeling happy, you feel this weird urge to just mess it up? Well, that's exactly what we're getting into today. We're going to unpack that paradox through a story about building a life and the strange terror that can come with getting everything you ever wanted.
It's a huge question, isn't it? We work so hard for stability, for love, for a sense of peace. But then, when we finally get it, some part of us panics, feels trapped. This is the mystery we're exploring, the deep-down mechanics of self-sabotage.
So, let's meet Elias. He's an architect, and he's just bought this incredible home with Clara, the woman he adores. On paper, it's everything. It's perfect. So why does this perfection feel like he can't breathe? This feeling, this sense of suffocation, that's the whole story right there.
To really get this, you have to picture the scene. It's a lazy Sunday morning, you know the kind. The light is hitting just right, coffee's brewing. Elias and Clara are in their brand new house, which is this huge symbol of their future together. It's the dictionary definition of domestic bliss.
You see, Clara is his anchor. As a botanist, she knows that good things take time and care to grow, and she's brought that same steady, safe energy to Elias's world, which has always been, well, a storm. And honestly, that's the problem.
So, why would this beautiful, peaceful life trigger a panic attack? Well, the answer isn't in his present with Clara. It's buried deep in his past. We have to look at how his brain was wired from the very beginning.
Imagine growing up where love and danger were basically the same thing. For Elias, a quiet house wasn't peaceful. No, it was the terrifying pause right before an explosion, a slammed door, a shouting match. His nervous system learned, on a biological level, that chaos was normal. Chaos was home.
And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? The disconnect is massive. What a healthy brain sees as safety, Elias's brain reads as an ambush waiting to happen. Silence isn't calm, it's a predator holding its breath. And the stability Clara offers, it feels like a trap about to snap shut. His body is literally geared up for a fight that doesn't exist.
Okay, so what happens when your insides don't match your outsides? When your body is screaming danger in a perfectly safe room? Well, you start to change the room. You start to create the danger you think is already there.
So he starts poking the bear. He picks these tiny, ridiculous fights about nothing. Who loaded the dishwasher wrong? The type of orange juice? He is subconsciously trying to get a reaction from Clara. Any reaction that will create the drama his body is craving. He needs the conflict to make the adrenaline in his veins make sense.
It makes no sense, right? It feels completely backward. You find the one thing you want more than anything, and then you try to break it. But here's the key. It's not really a conscious choice. It's being driven by a psychological force that's really powerful. And here it is. This whole thing has a name, the upper limit problem. Think of it like this. We all have an internal thermostat for how much happiness or success we think we deserve. For Elias, this beautiful life with Clara cranked that thermostat way past his comfort zone. So his subconscious starts manufacturing a crisis to bring the temperature right back down to a familiar, miserable level.
So this pressure just keeps building and building inside him, until one night it all comes to a head. It's their 3-year anniversary, and Elias comes home basically looking for a fight. What follows isn't really an argument, it's more like a diagnosis.
And there it is. He finally says the quiet part out loud. He accuses her of trapping him, calls their life a fake, a domestic charade. He is desperate for her to scream, to fight back, to give him the chaos he's been trying to create for weeks. But Clara, she doesn't take the bait. Instead of fighting fire with fire, she just calmly hands him this absolutely brutal piece of truth. She doesn't see an angry man. She sees right through to the real problem. He is terrified of tranquility.
And she keeps going. She explains that his whole life has been about fighting monsters on the outside. But here, in the safety she's created, there's no monster. So with no one left to fight, he's being forced to turn around and finally face the chaos inside himself.
And this is the absolute kicker. His body is screaming danger, but his life is saying safe. To make that contradiction go away, he needs a villain. He's trying to cast Clara as the monster, because if she's the monster, then his fear makes sense. He's not broken, he's a survivor.
Clara refuses to play that part. She tells him she's not going to set her own life on fire just to keep him warm. And then she leaves. And in that huge, deafening silence, Elias is finally alone with the wreckage he created.
And with no one else there to blame, he can finally see the faulty programming that's been running his entire life. He suddenly gets it.
His brain learned that high-stakes intensity felt like intimacy, that surviving danger felt like love. And because of that, real, actual peace felt like he was being abandoned all over again.
It's such a perfect metaphor, isn't it? He's not just used to chaos, he's literally addicted to the stress hormones that come with it. So Clara's calm, steady love, it's like pure oxygen to someone who's only ever breathed smoke. It's so clean, so healthy, that his body rejects it. He's in withdrawal from drama.
You know, they say you have to hit rock bottom to start building again. Well, this is it. And this painful moment of clarity is the first real step toward change. But here's the thing. Real healing looks nothing like the old chaotic script. See, the old Elias, he would have run after her with some grand, dramatic apology, trying to get that big, tearful, movie-style reunion. That's the old cycle. The new path? It's quiet. It's humble. It's making the call to a therapist. It's doing the slow, boring, unglamorous work of actually getting better.
And this is basically the roadmap. It isn't one big moment, it's a bunch of small, conscious choices. First, you have to actually see the pattern. Then you have to ask for help. Then you communicate with honesty, taking responsibility. And then you do the quiet work, day in and day out.
The story doesn't end with them getting back together. It ends with this. With Elias alone in that big quiet house, and for the first time, not trying to fill the silence with noise or chaos. He just lets it be. And he starts the slow, tedious work of building something new, starting with himself.
And that's what this whole story leaves us with. It kind of forces us to look at our own lives, right? To ask ourselves, are we trying to build a home, a place of safety and warmth designed to last? Or are we so used to the fight that we keep looking for a battlefield long after the war is over?
Please like and subscribe.